Good morning. So it's a little bit before 8 a.m. and we are at the range trailhead for the Bigelow range. We are about to set off on a 2-day, 1-night backpacking trip of the whole Bigelow range traverse. So that's Cranberry Peak, both of the Horns, West Avery, and then Little Bigelow. And we have 2 camp options tonight, either the Horns Pond campsite, or we are sort of hoping to push on to the Avery Call campsite. But we'll just have to see how the day's going. It snowed on Thursday, but it doesn't look like there's as much snow here as in Portland. So we'll have to see. We're trying to decide right now if it's a micro spike approach or if we're gonna need our snowshoes. I'm here with my buddy Mike. Mike will also be joining on some of the other trips, so you'll get to know him over the course of these videos. But he and I have some unfinished business in the Bigelow range that I'm sure we'll talk about more as the trip unfolds. So a bit about the logistics today. We're leaving my car right back there, and feel very, very lucky because Christine, who will be up in the area today, is going to help us shuttle the car to the other end of the range, which saved us having to drive 2 cars up this morning and do a bunch of shuttling ourselves. So big shout out, big thank you to Christine. And in the meantime, we are off. 4.6 miles to the AT junction. But the really good news here is that this trail seems more packed out than I would have expected. And fingers crossed, at least so far, we can do it with micro spikes and not snowshoes. Hallelujah. Let's hope this continues. Forgot to mention at the car, but it is a cold, cold morning this morning. The lowest we saw in the car while driving up was -14 degrees Fahrenheit. It's now warmer than that, but I think somewhere right around 0. And hopefully it'll warm up today, but at least there's not supposed to be any serious wind today, so that's the good news. Duck here.
He cleared it.
Time to check in. Let's see if these pens work in the cold. They might not. Yeah, pens don't work anyway. Oh well. It's a valiant effort. Really climbing now. But it'll be good to get the elevation. Whew. How's that slope feel, Mike?
It was a steep one. That was a steep one. And there's more to go.
That was a tough mile and a half back there. Didn't do nearly as much filming, but we're starting to approach the summit of Cranberry. First summit of the day. Sort of levels out a little bit here, although I say that, and then there's a wall in front of us. But at least we're not too far away at this point. ridgeline hiking. This is so nice.
It's the best.
This is what we do it for. That's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
There's Flagstaff Lake. Think that might be Cranberry Summit there. Making good headway. There's the Crockers, Sugarloaf, the Horns. Can't even wipe the ice off, but congrats, bud. First one done.
Nice work.
I am hip deep post hold here. I'm gonna hand that to Mike, see if he can film me getting out here if I can. Oh boy. 100 yards off the summit of Cranberry. I think you can see it behind me here. But the snow is very deep now, so we're gonna take a quick break, throw on the puffy to stay warm, grab a snack and some water, and then put our snowshoes on for this next leg. That's the Horns. That's Cranberry Pond there. So unfortunately we're headed all the way down there and then back up. So that was particularly hard to find the trail. At this point, it looks like we are completely breaking trail, but we believe, looking at the GPS, that we are on it now, hoping to find a trail blaze soon, but it at least looks clear, although it is a steep descent. So I think we'll be essentially skiing down it on our snowshoes here. Woo. Oh boy. Oh man, we're really on a high at the summit, and now things are not looking as good. We are having a nightmare trying to follow the trail. We just keep losing it. The blazes are few and far between. We've really only found one since the summit, and we just are crisscrossing back and forth trying to find the trail and checking the GPS over and over again. It's sort of a clearing here, but then just dead ends. Mike's checking down there, but it just kind of goes down a steep ravine. I'm not loving this. It's stressful for sure. Hopefully we can find a trail shortly and then get moving again, but we're moving at a snail's pace now. Hard to stay warm, hard to stay motivated. It is quite the drop off here. I don't want to go down that before we know it's correct.
Okay.
Because that's gonna be hard to get back up.
Yeah. Where do you need me to go?
I don't know. Just need to get out from under the street and then reassess our situation.
Yeah.
Time to look at the GPS Well, it has a just below the trail, so maybe it is right back up there, but I was just up there. Didn't see a trail, but that makes more sense than this cliff. So back up we go, I guess. How you feeling?
I'll be feeling better when there are consistent blazes.
Yeah, me too. Okay, camera's gotta go away. I need both hands.
Miserable 30 feet.
Oh boy, we're both laughing still, but truly I think if we don't find the trail soon, the only safe option is to head back, which I really don't want to do. This is frustrating. I think the blazes are mostly covered by snow, but we really just can't seem to find a packed down trail at all. I mean, it's just thick brush. Like that rat down, it's clear, but doesn't look appropriate. This is supposedly the one that we're on, but that doesn't look great either, so we'll keep you updated.
One way of doing it.
Yeah, well done. So this is the most promising looking thing I've seen in a long time. Blue blaze. 2 blue blazes. Oh, that's great news.
That's fantastic news.
Oh boy. All right, we found it. As you probably realize with this series, I love adventure, but I'm definitely not a risk taker, I wouldn't say. And so part of that for me out here when we're doing these kind of days is constantly reassessing and constantly having a plan B, plan C, kind of bailout options available. And it's not because I want to do them. The ideal would be to do the full range traverse. But for us today and tomorrow, plan A was doing the full 19-mile Bigelow range traverse. But considering we have lost the better part of an hour covering like a quarter mile through this super deep snow on the backside of Cranberry, that's already not looking great. So Mike and I have been talking. We had a plan C up at the top if we were unable to find the trail, and that would be a full turnaround back to the car. But luckily we do not have to do that. But I think we're gonna change our car shuttle location. So we're gonna put that over by where the Fire Warden's trailhead is. And that way we can stay at Horns Pond tonight, which makes today's mileage a little more manageable, and we'll be able to do it by sunset. And then tomorrow we can bop up, get the 2 4,000 foot summits that we came here for, and then head down to the car there instead of continuing on over Little Bigelow. So while it's a little bit disappointing, I think that's probably gonna make a lot more sense for us today. We're just running behind schedule, so we gotta be realistic about what we can do. I was just doing some math. We were making around 2 miles an hour up Cranberry. Sort of breaking some trail, but it was pretty well broken out for us. And since then, we have taken almost 2 hours now to do about a half mile. Things have been moving at a snail's pace. We are both cold and feeling it, but morale's up, I think. Right, Mike?
Morale is up, yes.
We just talked to Christine about changing the car shuttle location, and she is eating oysters on the half shell about 3 or 4 miles that way. And I am very jealous. I don't know why we do this. I guess because it's fun, but I'm not really sure it is. Want to do any ice climbing? Supposedly this is the trail. Fill the camera in on what you're doing up there?
Post hold above the knee with the snowshoe on. Pulled my leg up, snowshoe was gone. Now I'm trying to dig it out.
Let's just say we're not moving too fast here. Mike was digging for the snowshoe he thought he lost in a post hole. And it's just a 200 yards back on the trail. So somehow he made it up with only one snowshoe. Also lost his water bottle here. Somehow you made it all the way from back there without your snowshoe.
Oh my God.
There's your water bottle too.
Dumb shit. The dumbest thing.
The trail just parallels Cranberry Pond, but it's a lot of tight, twisty corners, lots of branches. So much easier to just walk across the pond here. Plus the view's great. We're at the intersection with the Appalachian Trail now. Just taking a little break, have some lunch, regain some energy, and then we're gonna head up to Horns Pond. How do you feel like today's going, Mike?
I feel like today is going as if we've done just under 4.5 miles in just under 5 hours. That's exactly how it feels. The beginning was great. The first, all the way up to Cranberry Peak was phenomenal. Micro spikes, good trails, steep at some points, but like manageable. And then after that, it's just been a total slog, navigation-wise, conditions-wise, but we press on.
We had a quick lunch break, but we're back to moving. We got pretty cold there pretty quickly. Would not be surprised if the temp has dropped back into the negatives. Starting to feel pretty raw. But we've got a good climb in front of us here, so hopefully we'll warm up on that. So this is not our first time to this vista. I've been in the summer and it's lovely. But 8 winters ago, Mike and I were here with my sister and her boyfriend at the time on what ended up being a very ill-fated winter trip up the Bigelows. We made it this far and we had to deal with some near hypothermia. Threw up tents really quickly, bedded down for the night, ended up making it off the mountains the next day without any serious issues, but it was an unpleasant 24 hours up here. And we have not been back in the winter since. So we have some unfinished business here, and it feels like today the Bigelows have been giving us a taste of their medicine all over again. But we're in a much better place than last time. We're feeling all right. Tired, but
all right.
Tired, but all right. Ready for some dinner even though it's probably what, like 3 o'clock. But yeah, we're gonna go set up the tents and boil some water. I need to hydrate, and yeah, that'll be our day today. Horns Pond lean-to. Made it. This will be a nice home for the night.
Cam and I have done a fair bit of winter camping, and this is winter camping luxury. We've never had a spot as nice or as dry as this.
Yeah, this is a nice lean-to. And it's even got a view of the mountains. Set up, have our sleeping bags fluffed up in there, sleeping pads blown up. So hopefully just a couple more minutes till the water's boiling, and then we're gonna eat our dinner. It's about 5 o'clock now, and settle in for an early bed. See you tomorrow.